Hello everybody, greetings earthlings, mortals, and everybody else. I'm Battle Mode, and today we've got a very auspicious occasion because Galactic Civilizations 4 has a brand new DLC expansion, Federations and Empires, which is releasing today, and that is also accompanied by a free update for all of you, and that is the version 4. So we're at Galactic Civilizations 4 version 4. What does this add? Well, let me talk very briefly about the free update first, and then I'll talk about some of the features that come with that free update that also work in the context of the expansion. So the main feature that version 4.0 is adding that's not related to gameplay necessarily is the map editor. Now this is a little bit tricky for me to show you, but I'm going to try and do this. So let me just quickly change my display mode. Okay, so I'm going to bring up the map editor here. Okay, so we're going to lose music when we do this. I'm only going to show you this really briefly, folks. But the map editor is a way for you to create your own maps in Galactic Civilizations. So the way that it works is it's pretty simple. You just paint your resources and stars and all that kind of stuff on your your relics, things like nebulas, black holes, pirate bases, etc. And then you create yourself a map. This is excellent because not only is it a long requested feature from many people in the community, but it enables you to create maps that are more balanced, I would say, for things like multiplayer games, or if you want to play the same map over and over just to be able to test out one of your builds. I'm going to show you just really quickly. Just discard this thing that I made. I'm going to show you one that one of our developers made. So let me just open this one up here. So there we go. Look, this is one that Kano made, and as you can see, it's got a whole bunch of these asteroids in the center, and all the players start in this kind of swirl. So it's really interesting. So you can do all kinds of crazy things with this map editor, whether you want to make kind of story content, like almost like campaign sort of missions if you wanted to do that, or if you, like I say, you want to make something that's a little bit more sort of balanced, or where you're not relying on procedural generation to actually create the story content or the game content, then this is going to be great for you guys. So I'm going to jump back into the game now. I'm just going to switch myself back over to game mode. Okay, so the map editor is one big feature. If you are inclined to making your own content, you absolutely should go and check that out. You're going to be able to share and save and then share all of those maps on the workshop. This benefits everybody because even if you are not the sort of person who actually likes to create your own content, there are loads of people who do. So you'll be able to go onto the workshop and download all sorts of crazy wacky maps. And by the way, the one I showed you was just a single sector, but you can make multi-sector maps as well. Excuse me. Okay, so I'm going to jump in to a game of Federations and Empires, and I will use that in order to show you the other features that come in the free update and also the Federations and Empires update too. The Federations and Empires is a way for us, is a way for you to be able to experience games of Galactic Civilizations without having the same kind of experience. Now, this is a sandbox game, okay, and there are so many ways to set this game up to play completely differently. I would say out of all the 4X games that I play, and I'm a 4X guy, right? I play a lot of 4X games. I've played them all, pretty much. This is one of the most customizable of all of them, and that's one of the big draws of Galactic Civilizations 4. But Federations and Empires DLC is going to expand this in a big way, because now we get these whole new government types, and the government types actually change the way the game plays in a big way depending on which one you pick. Okay, the first one that I'm going to show you today, I'm actually going to show you two. I've got two prepared game saves to show you for the DLC, and I'm going to show you a game save playing as the Yor. There we go. Let me just check the volume level of this music. It might be a little bit loud. 1 second, guys. I'm just going to turn the volume down just a touch. Okay, so the music in this game is a little bit louder than the others. So I'm playing as the Yor, and I'm only 30 turns in, okay? And I've actually hit a point now where I've got the option to start one of these new government types. Now, each of the civilizations and the core civs, depending on the type of core civ that you go for, the alien GPT custom civilizations, they will have a sort of preferred government, in the sense that governments are unlocked using the ideological progression tree, okay? So in our case, as the Yor, we are naturally inclined towards progressivism, so we get a bigger ideology discount for this one, which makes us more naturally inclined towards the technocracy path. Now, that doesn't mean that you have to go with those. For example, if we wanted to play the Yor as a kind of feudal empire, which is basically what empire is, you create vassals, and if you wanted to do that, then you would go through the totalitarianism tree instead. Or if you wanted to go into oligarchy, then you would go through individualism, and which one was the other one? There we go, egalitarianism. If you wanted to go for federations, then you would work your way through egalitarianism here. Now, all of the four new empire, or the four new government types, are added by a new way to look at the government for your civilization starting out, which is what we've called the colonial charter. The colonial charter will immediately be familiar because it uses the civilization policy system that you're familiar with. However, we've added some new stuff in there too, but even more interesting, the colonial charter actually unlocks some new features. Okay, so one of them is this political party system. So all of your citizens are now affiliated with a political party, and you will gain bonuses depending on the approval rating of each of the political parties and which ones are in power. So for example, at the moment, the party standings here for this game, we've got the Upgraders party. Okay, and those guys they've got the highest approval rating. Now what will happen is in-game events will crop up that you will answer, and you will make decisions, and you will favor certain parties over others, and that will give you the option to push different parties into the top spot. And this will enable you to get better better bonuses depending on who's in charge. Now, what I will say is that different government types handle this differently, but the colonial charter. So let's say you're not playing with federations and empires at all. You're just going straight with the free update. This is a way for your citizens to generate even more income, I would say, in various ways, and you can push this in different ways by using that political party event system. Also, we now have the institutions. The institutions is a replacement for the old faction system. It's a little bit, I'd say it's a lot more interesting. And also it replaces, if you guys remember, we had the civilization focus thing. This system basically replaces those two systems in a more neat way. And so what happens is we've got these federal institutions, and we've got 5 of them here, and each one of these has levels. It will level up, right? And the way that you use this is you assign any spare leaders that you've got, much like you would do with the factions. But the way this works is they each have their own level up, or their leveling up ability. So as you can see, for example, here in the academy, we are currently getting plus 5% research total for our empire, for our civilization. But if we assign leaders into it, you'll see that we've got 19 months to level up. We're going to add some more in there, so now it's going to be 10 months. You get diminishing returns with this, but you can basically push more leaders into here to increase the speed of leveling up, basically. So within 6 months, this is going to increase this to research plus 8%. As you can see, this is different to the faction system, because the faction system was, you were kind of encouraged to sort of move them around, I guess, and it could be very powerful, some of the stuff that the factions unlocked, but this gives you a permanent bonus. So what happens now is you get these guys into your, the academy or the forge, if you want to upgrade your manufacturing, let's say, or the exchange here if you want to upgrade your ability to make money, and then you can level it up to where you need it, and then you can take them out, and then they are available to be used in other places, for example as diplomats, or in your various ministry positions, or something like as commanders. Okay, so you can use these guys in a more creative way now, and these are more permanent bonuses. That's basically the way this works. And you can, if you're the sort of person who likes to twiddle with things every turn, you can really, sort of min-max this and push it so that you really squeeze out the last performance gain, like really fine performance gains. Or if you don't really care, you can just chuck these guys in, and this is a good place to put your spare leaders. Now, each of the government types will deal with this in slightly different ways. So we've got other things that we can do with leaders. I would say that federations and empires makes leaders much more important now. They are really important. You will want to, I would say you're going to be spending a lot of your income on leaders, and particularly with the government type that I'm about to switch to, you'll see why leaders are so important for that one. Okay, so we have worked our way through, as the Yor, up the progressivism ideological progression tree, and I'm about to unlock innovation here. Now this one actually gives you citizens with its progressive trait gain +1 raw tech per turn. That's powerful, but it also unlocks the innovation complex. But more pertinently for the DLC here, this is going to unlock the technocracy. Okay, so this is going to be our new government type. So I'm going to go into the new government type here, and we're going to unlock that, and then you get to see, not only have we got a fancy new animation, so this is telling us that we can now open a new government, and there we go. So as you can see, here's the colonial charter. This is a free one that you get with the 4.0 update that adds the political parties and the institutions. And then we're going to actually check out the technocracy as well. And as you can see, there is 4 extra government types that are added in the DLC. We've got Federation, we've got Empire, Oligarchy, and Technocracy. I'll just describe these to you quite quickly for those of you who just want to see the basics and don't need a demonstration of it. So Federation is, I'll just read this. So federations promote governors into presidents who lead member worlds, generate consensus through envoy delegations, and spend it to ratify accords that shape the republic. So every one of these empire types has like a currency, and the currency is generated in different ways, and it affects different things. There are different bonuses to unlock that in their own way not only replace the civilization policy system from Colonial Charter. By the way, you're not locked into these governments. You can change them every 25 turns. So if you do find yourself in a government type that you realize is not actually matching your gameplay at the time, you can jump back into Colonial Charter or one of the others as you wish if you've got them unlocked. So the Federation, as you expand your way out through the map, let's say you've got a core world here, and you can actually promote certain core worlds to be governed by what they call federational members or federal members, and those planets will then start getting bonuses according to senatorial decisions. So you'll open up a senate, and this is where the party thing really comes in with the federations, because I don't have it to show you here, guys, but I'll just describe it quickly. So you've got senate policy decisions. You have to, events will come up fairly regularly with which you then make choices to favor or disfavor certain political groups. They will then those parties will then form the basis of the Senate, and the Senate will then gives you these active use abilities that you can use, which work in the sense of they ratify these certain agreements, and they give you really powerful bonuses for your empire, and they unlock new features as well. So for example, just off the top of my head, one of them will enable you to between all of your member worlds, so these kind of core worlds that you've handed over to be governed by federal members, they will actually start doing kind of emigration between their citizens. So it's really interesting, because if you've got a lot of, let's say you've conquered another civilization, or you've you know, you've found some other kind of citizens, they will start migrating between planets. That can be really, really useful now, because different citizens are good for different things, and you'll start getting more leaders in like that as well. And so the more variety you've got in a federation, the better. So that's just one thing that can happen. Okay, and then you will get all sorts of you get these ships as well, envoy ships that you can send out to your member worlds, and they will start generating the currency that you get. So the gameplay in that government type is very much based around the in-game events, and you want to be playing the in-game events very, very carefully. Empire is different. So just like with Federation, you will grant control of some of your core worlds over to vassals, and vassals work in a different way. Vassals basically are the AI gets to control that particular core world, but you can guide them. It's the same with the Federation, but you can still guide them to build the things that you need. But you then start getting really big bonuses to both those vassal worlds, and the vassal worlds will send. You can kind of transfer wealth and resources back from the vassal worlds to strengthen not only your own core worlds, but also to strengthen your home world. So if you like playing tall and you don't like managing so many colonies, that's one way of playing Empire. Another way of playing Empire is to basically go out and conquer loads of enemies, to go and take a load of civilizations, yeah, and then you can vassalize those main core worlds that you take, and then you bleed them dry for all of their resources, and you send it back to the main part of your empire. It's really, really fun gameplay. You also, by the way, when you have a vassal world, like I say, you can actually guide the AI to build the things that you need it to, and you also get control of their shipyards. So you don't get weaker doing this, you get way stronger, and this is why both the Federation and the Empire are quite strong builds. Okay, then we've got the Oligarchy. We're going to look at that later because I've got a game save set up with Oligarchy, but for now we're going to look at the Technocracy. So let's change over to this one. So Technocracies convert research and computing center output into compute. This is their research, this is their special resource. Spend earned optimizations in the optimization matrix, deliver these bonuses with optimizers, and advance the singularity towards the God Machine. Okay, so what this means is you build these ships called optimizers, you send those out to your core worlds, and then you spend your resources in the optimization matrix to unlock basic bonuses and various things to add to your empire that is spread by these optimizers. And then you have this singularity thing too. So there we go. Let's go to change government. Okay, and as you can see, we have to wait 24 months before changing again. There we go. Okay. The Technocracy's research councils unveil the culmination of 1,000 peer-reviewed breakthroughs. The systems are not merely built, but optimized. Each subsystem the provable best our science can field. She is less than a warship. She is less a warship than a hypothesis about the future, and she intends to prove it. She does not launch alone. 3 optimizer ships accompany her from the capital's yards, and the optimization matrix stands open with 5 slots awaiting allocation. Okay, so I'm going to try to show you how each one of these government types is kind of intended to be played, but I'm going to give you a quick hint here. These optimizer ships, you put them... Sorry, I'm just going to switch over to removing fast moves. Sorry, guys, because sometimes when I play myself, I turn off the animations. So you can stack these optimizer ships over your worlds, your core worlds, right? And each time you do, you're going to be stacking the bonuses from the optimization matrix. So I think what we want to do is, we've got 2 core worlds here. We've got Regulus here, and then we've got Iconia, which is the yours classic homeworld. And I think what we'll do is we'll send 1 optimization ship over to Iconia. I'm going to send 1 over to Regulus as well. Just for me, I'm going to put this optimizer ship in here too. You can build these optimizer ships now at your shipyard. They're a little expensive to build, but you want to be building these as much as possible, because especially as you start accumulating compute and building the optimization matrix up, you're going to be able to stack huge bonuses on your core worlds, and this is what this does. This is not the only thing that this does either. You'll see as well that the ministers change as well with each of the government types, so this changes completely. Still the same idea, you know, you're unlocking bonuses essentially, but the way that it works is a little bit different. So for example, the compute pool theorist here, this is going to increase the compute pool gain and every colony's research based on the leader's diligence. So these are really good. There's loads of them. They will act in different ways, and this is going to give you a place to put your leaders in and just give you more direct bonuses. You're going to want as many leaders as you can with the technocracy, because the singularity here, this is a way to increase your empire's overall technological development. Again, we've got 5 tiers here, from Foundation Protocol through to Blueprint Continuum, Coordination Epoch, Final Opposition, and then all the way up to God Machine Online. As you can see at the end here, God Machine Online, when you've unlocked this tier, you're going to get 1,000% research, 1,000% research, 1,000% manufacturing, a huge monthly income, loads of logistics, massive move speed for your units, and a huge capacity for your ships. This is the game-ending event, okay? This is what we call in game design a double win mechanic. By the time, you know, if you've made it to this point, and bearing in mind that your opponents are also going to be racing for this, your other technocracy opponents, but this will make you very powerful and give you an opportunity to be able to, you know, end a stalemate and win the game. So you want to be working towards this. To unlock these, you throw leaders in here, and your leaders will increase the speed at which these tiers are unlocked, basically. Don't think you can do it quickly. It does take a while, but you've got so many things to put your leaders into here as the Yor now. For example, as always, you've got these governors, and you're going to be wanting to put them in here, obviously, because these are going to grant you all sorts of different things. For example, we've got a chief research officer here. Probably want to put this guy in. As always, that's going to increase your research, but these will do things like increasing various levels of compute generation too. So what is compute? Well, compute is a resource, and just like our tax rate economy slider, let's say that we drop our tax rate down, so we've got, you know, we're not making quite so much money. You'll see that you are going to be raising your approval and thus your generation of manufacturing research. This is standard across all of the government types. But now we've also got this ability to convert tax into compute. And compute is, think about it as you're building data centers across your planet. And the more funding that you're putting into these data centers, the more compute is generated. And then the higher, for each level of compute that you generate, you create optimizations, and those optimizations then go into wherever you want them to go. So for example, at first I'm going to put my first bunch of optimizations into compute, because I want to be generating more compute in the long term. However, if you've got a more immediate need, for example at the start of the game you need manufacturing, you can unlock, you know, for example here we're going to be getting 5% manufacturing per unlock. So this could be important, and look, you know, you can really powerhouse this. So this is a very interesting system where it just allows you to stack bonuses how you want, but you can change these every single turn. If you like micromanagement, this is going to be great, because you can just fiddle with this to your heart's content. Again, if you don't like micromanagement, you can just leave it as it is, just stick it in somewhere where you generally need it, and then just update it from time to time. But this is unique to technocracy in that you get great flexibility. The more compute you're going to be getting the more compute utilization you have, the more compute you're going to be generating. So we want to be converting some of our credits into compute log here. So let's just put our compute utilization really high. We're not going to be getting very much net income, but we're not worried about credits so much. Although we are, because we want as many leaders as we can get. So you've got many choices now to make when you're playing the technocracy. You know, do you drop your compute level down, increase your tax rate, get more leaders, and then throw those guys into the singularity in order to unlock these very powerful abilities? What I didn't explain to you, by the way, is the singularity gives you there's different rewards that are possible, okay? So you get 3 rewards, and each of these 3 each of these 3 rewards has a chance to come from 3 different options, or several different options. For example, when you unlock Foundation Protocol, it gives you the Foundation Protocol, so you can get a choice of hit points, extra hit points for your ships, logistics, or compute potential. It will also unlock the Signal Lattice, and then that gives you an option from these, and then the Causal Model, which will give you the options from these. So what you're doing is you are buying leaders, or gaining leaders however you get them, and then you're putting them into these tiers. These aren't like the you'll notice that we don't have the institutions anymore. This doesn't work like institutions. Once you put these guys into these into the singularity here, they are lost essentially. So you put them in, and then they will boost it, and according to the thing that they need, but then you can't actually take them back out. So you are racing for leaders with the technocracy. So racing for leaders to increase your abilities with the singularity, and also you're playing this game with the with your compute utilization and the optimization matrix, which is then used to create stacking bonuses. So you're going to want to building lots of these optimizers, and then sending those to the worlds that you need to really boost the most with your optimization matrix, and then playing the optimization matrix game. This gives you super flexible economic development, let's call it, because that's very much what the technocracy is about. You can turn on a dime at any time in order to be able to change what you need in your economy. Okay, so I'm going to put some into I'm going to boost a compute here, and I'm going to boost manufacturing. We've got one more as well that we can put into tier 1, so let's go for research, because that's also always quite useful at the start of the game. I unlocked this on turn 32, so most players will be able to get to see these governments within about half an hour's worth of play if you play relatively quickly. If you're like me and sometimes you take your time, maybe that's about an hour, but so you'll get to see this content pretty quickly if you get the DLC. Okay, let's see how this plays then. So I'm gonna play along for a little while. Okay, so we've got our here we go. So this is the technocracy ship. Each one of the government types has its own flagship as well, which gives you various abilities. So this one particularly has got the deep think ability, so we order the potential to sleep, dedicating its processing lattice to the matrix and increasing your total compute by 25% until given a new order. So we can do that here. We've got these active use abilities here where we just put them in sleep mode. But there we go. This guy is going to be giving us more compute, but he's also got this thing's also really powerful in a fleet. Okay, it's going to give you +4 point defense to all your ships within 8 tiles. And that's inactive while stationed in orbit. So what this means is, you're going to want to be using this either to generate your compute, or you're going to be using it in war in order to give yourself like crazy point defense. Okay, let's continue with this game then. Let's have a look where we are. So this is the start of the game. We've found the corporate sector, and they're actually starting to take stuff quite close to us, so that's going to rub me up the wrong way. But they're and we've also found the Altarians, but I'm not quite sure where they are yet. I expect they're down here somewhere. I can't actually remember where it was that I found them while I was setting this game up. Okay, so here on Iconia, what do we got? Build a neural matrix. That's going to increase our intelligence. Let's just put that up there, and then we're going to continue the game. Okay, so we've unlocked emissaries. A millennia ago, this was a transportation hub, part of some kind of civilization-wide network for civilian transport. A remarkable facility now dusty and ruined. Sadly, the few remains of a few aliens can be seen inside, waiting for transportation that never came. Okay. 10% influence growth for all our worlds for 50 months is really good when you've got a neighbour like us. However, I'm tempted to take the modules in the treasury. That's a long bonus though. Yeah, I think I'm going to grab that, because I do value influence in a big way. Okay. I think... What do we want here? This is going to open up some commander ships. I think I'm going to go for this though, the Xeno industrialization, because I really want the supply depot. It's a very powerful structure that is. Okay, and potential's there. Let's just upgrade this ship. We got loads of Durantium, which means I should be building Yor. So let's get this thing on. Yeah, this is just a surveyor, right? So I just want to get the command bridge here for the extra moves. This was a probe that I upgraded with a relic. I think I'm going to send him. Okay, we've got one going out that way. Let's send it out this way. Oh, well, this is a flagship. Sorry, I'm being dumb. So let's just go and get this guy doing the flagship stuff. One of the updates that we've had, you should see a turn time increase. I've noticed a big turn time increase. So, wow, look at that, 16 intelligence. I think they're getting that because of one of the Yor's special buildings that we get. That's from the Tales of Centauran DLC, I think. Okay. Okay, we can't colonize that one, I don't think. No. We haven't got exotic world colonization yet. I should probably just grab this one here. It's really valuable to increase your planetary inputs, so I'm actually going to get another Yor citizen before I... Oh no, let's leave that. Whoops. There we go. Okay, so we're generating this compute. I really want to increase my compute right up to 100%. There we are, look. Let's make sure we're getting more approval as well, because we do want to increase our manufacturing. That's important at the start of the game. Okay, we're getting 4 of these per month, 4 of these computes per month. I also want to start building more of these optimization ships. Now they will become more important as we get more of the optimizations that we can start assigning. Okay, here's Xeno industrialization, and we've got an event. Okay, this is an artifact. Ah, it's the Harmony Beacon. Okay, that gives you the approval bonus, or +1 manufacturing. Let's get the manufacturing. Okay. Negotiation algorithms, that's pretty good. Also, I think we'll just go for the weaponized probes, because since we do have a neighbor now... there's Iridia. Okay, they started really close to us, so that's interesting. Now, these guys are going to be going for the oligarchy type, which means that they're going to be looking to create what's called holdings on these dead worlds. And we'll look at that when I come across to play the oligarchy side of things later on in the live stream, and you'll be able to see that for yourself. All right. Get this optimizer into Regulus, and you'll see, look, that we have got one optimizer here, and you're getting 3% from the optimization matrix on the core world, and then we've got one optimizer here which is giving us an extra 3% manufacturing. It's also going to be giving us some research, I think. Yeah, because we've got that allocated to research too. If we go back to Iconia though, you'll see that we've actually got 6% here, because we're getting 3% from the core world, and we're also getting 3% each for 2 optimizers. So as you can see, if you start stacking these optimizer ships, you're going to get really, really strong really fast. This is why I like this technocracy, because there's a real pull, I would say, between wanting to build these optimizers and, you know, putting money into leaders so you can build up the singularity and the you know, and really push the optimization matrix up high. But you've also can't just spend all your money doing that, right? You can't spend all your credits doing that. You've got to be careful, because you will, if not, you will end up falling behind in things like shipbuilding, you know, keeping up a military. I really, really like this kind of gameplay. Okay, we've got a surveyor here. So let's get that guy over. Oh, what we got? Oh. Oh, it looks like... Yeah, they're going to grab that Gerantium. Yeah, we've started really, really close to the Iridium. I think we need to probably kill them quite quickly. Oh, so here's a new feature in 4.0. We've got a new embedded mini-map that you can just use to scroll around the screen if you like. Now, this is really, really cool. Like you can show star bases, you can show influence, and also you can show strategic resources on or off as well. Some people really, really like mini-maps, and some people really didn't like the Galciv 4 did not have a mini-map. So there you go. If you're one of those guys, the mini-map is here, finally, for you. I think this is quite useful to see stuff at a glance. I'm kind of used to doing this, which is what I used to do. But for those of you who like that feature, there you go. Okay. Oh, we're actually at the bottom of the pile. Although I am ranked #1 in approval. That's good to see. Okay, we've got some unassigned leaders. So let's get these guys... do I want a diplomat? No, I don't think I'm bothered. I think I'd rather have some commanders, though. Okay, endless zeros. Yeah, these are all for... one gives you fleet supply. Sorry. That's the fleet beam attack, isn't it? These are actually really good when you put them into your fleets. We're not really using those much, though, at the moment. We're not at war, that's why. I think in this case, then, maybe we start placing some guys into the Singularity. Let's just check to see what leaders we've got in our government. Because we don't want the best leaders in here. So I'm going to start putting some guys into... There we go. We're getting 1.15 per month in the Foundation Protocol. So this seems like a kind of... You know, it's like, wow, I've got to sacrifice leaders for this. But when you unlock these are really good. And obviously you want to work towards the God Machine online. So when you're playing against any civilization that's playing technocracy, you've got a ticking time bomb, because the God Machine, when that goes off, it's going to be really, really strong. And it's going to be very, very difficult to defeat any civilization that's got the technocracy God Machine going on. Here is weaponized probes. I'm going to go for defensive studies first, and then we'll be able to unlock the weapons later. I will start building some combat ships soon, I think. Let's put a fighter in here. I was going to send one over to Regulus as well. I'll just enable us to lose the penalty that we get for... Oh, actually, these guys don't care, do they, if you've not got to defend... Yeah, they're not worried. I forget. Some of the civilizations don't mind so much if they don't have ships guarding them. What are we building here? Okay, that's manufacturing too. This is really strong though. I think we get the supply base up here first before we go for the maintenance complex. Just going a shipyard while we're at it. We probably also, after this, we probably want to get some more your citizens. So let's do that after the supply base, and we'll try to increase the amount of your that we've got. I think I'd rather have a worker here than an entertainer. I like the idea of having robot jesters though. Again here, let's get the supply bay up. Okay, that could be a good place. This is we're going to be powerhousing manufacturing on this planet. Alternatively, it's got influence growth as well. But I think we're going to get this up first. Now, I do want to get some wealth. One of the things, we are going to need a lot of credits, and I've already got reasonably high manufacturing actually, but we want to be increasing this as best as possible. I can increase approval here more. I might just put one of these up as well, just so we're getting some more some increased credits. Okay, I've got another fighter here. Let's just put this guy in here. Send them on off to Regulus too. Okay. Okay. This is civilizations with the highest approval. Okay, so we got an event with a Drengin. Let's have a look. So we can get a free colony ship with a Drengin colonist. That's really good. I think... No, let's get the colony ship. I'll tell you why. Because we can colonize this, put them on a core world, and then they're going to grow. I'm going to actually send them... How many space have we got on Iconia? Let's send those over to Iconia, and we can start breeding Drengin, and that's really, really cool. We could actually swap the colony ship over as well, so we could send the Drengin over there to Iconia. They'll start breeding, and then we've got free citizens basically. That's really nice. Also, Drengin leaders are going to be great too. What do we want here? Let's build a packet. This is our trade ship, and we're going to send it over to Iridia and start trading with you, Iridia, because even though we are the Yor and we want to eliminate all life, we're going to do it sneaky style. Okay, look at these guys sending these construction ships out already. I think we go and either grab the antimatter. Yeah, I think we want antimatter. There's also a harmony ascension crystal out that way. Got loads of thulium, but I've actually got a bunch of thulium already. You can sell it, and that can be a very, very profitable thing to do for a while at least. But let's send that constructor out that way. Yeah, we'll build that packet there. Now, I'm going to have my surveyors. I'm going to manually control them, just so I can keep an eye on them. I might have automated a few, so if we lose some, that's what's happened. Okay, here we go. Space elevators. The starport's really good too. But I do like the space elevator. Yeah, increasing minerals is really good. But let's go for orbital manufacturing because I want the starport up as quickly as possible. Okay, we've got another optimization unlocked. So, we could potentially get a level 2. I'm actually going to put this into manufacturing, just so we're really pushing our manufacturing high. Yeah, we don't have quite enough to go to the tier 3 in compute, but that's okay. Okay. Yeah, we need ways to make more credits. Well, this is one way to do it. So let's get the Galactic Festival going. That's giving us an extra 4 credits a turn. The only downside to that is that's got a really long cooldown. 50 months. But it's worth it. Okay. What do we want here? Here at Regulus. Let's just build a supply ship and we'll use that to help Regulus grow. Okay, we've got a Yor servant. Okay, that's really good. We could sell it, but I actually just getting a robotic servant's cool. Okay, that's outside of our range. Let's go and grab these then. So let's use that robotic servant immediately, and we'll use it here on Regulus. So there we go. We've got an extra Yor citizen here. We'll train him as a worker immediately. We've got loads of control, by the way. So okay, let's get another Yor citizen up here before I build anything else. That's a planetary treasury. The coordination beam is also useful. It's going to give us more control. We've got enough control for the time being, though, so I'm not too bothered about that. We've also got the computing center. So this is going to create the compute. This is a new building that you get as the Yor. Okay, that's going to be influence. Yeah, let's put the computing centers up here. Oh, mind you, I think I had planned to put wealth stuff here. Yeah, I think I'm going to build them here, look. So let's start building these computer centers, and these are going to increase the... Yeah, look, these actually reduce food and population. I'm not sure what this might be a real world critique of. Never read politics into your video games. But yeah, so you can build these, and this is going to increase your compute, and that's going to increase the ability for us to use our optimization matrix, which I think is really cool. Orbital embassy. Let's get the orbital research. I didn't realize we could build these. Yeah, I'm going to get the orbital embassy next. Can we afford any leaders? No, they're all a little bit out of our price range. Okay. Do we want any ships yet? No. Let's get some colony ships out. The reason being is because I want to start grabbing some of these worlds. Now, what's nice about the technocracy, at least in my sort of my ability to sort of analyze these things before I've really played them very thoroughly, is reasonably high, and I think that technocracy is going to enable you to play kind of tall. And the reason is because of these optimizer ships. So providing you get a decent enough start that you can actually get your civilization going enough to be able to get a couple of shipyards so that you can get these optimizer ships out, then you're going to be able to play quite tall, because you're not going to need a whole lot of space. You're just going to be able to sit there and kind of like just manage your empire, keep your neighbors off you, do the diplomacy thing, and get very strong. I love gameplay like that. I think it's really cool. Okay, here's a freighter. Let's send this guy out to Nestor 3 here. Okay, so we've got a fighter going in there. We've unlocked orbital manufacturing with the starports. Let's grab space elevators next. I would like to put the starport up pretty much immediately. Yeah, look at these. I'm tempted to remove this, look. Even though this is +2 level 2, let's just destroy that, and then we'll put the starport here. That's going to give us a really big bonus to our shipbuilding, to our military production. Okay, so let's just grab... Oh, sorry folks. Being a bit butterfingered there. And you get a cool animation. Let's grab some mining drones too while we're at it. We are going to build some more modules soon, although I think we've got the... Yeah, we've got the Rush Starbase modules. Now, this costs 250 credits though. So, I want leaders. I really want leaders. I also want more money as well. Now, you'll notice that this optimization matrix completely replaces the civilization policies that you got before. So you've got to decide, are you at a stage in your game where you can afford to lose those decent bonuses that you get from the civilization policies in order to switch over to this? You might take a bit of a hit to your economy doing so, but this will be much better than civ policies eventually, I guarantee it. Okay. Yeah, we want more leaders, don't we? So on turn 46, we're powering through research. Okay, let's get this guy aboard. Okay, that's going to upgrade our research. Weapon jammers. That also gives off ships a flat evasion +5. That's pretty nice. Planetary fleet command as well. Yeah, let's just go for that. We're not at war yet, so we don't necessarily need warships. I'm going to build another packet. I want more trade. If I trade with the Iridium, these guys like you if you trade with them. So they're less likely to attack us. And I would like to build a strong economy with these guys. Okay. So this guy's been falsely accusing the utilitarians for all their issues on their world. Now we can increase his loyalty. That would be worth it, because if he goes over 80, I think he gets a bonus. So I don't care if the Altarians are annoyed at me. Who cares about the Altarians? I don't. Okay, we got a colony ship. Let's send this... No, this is not the dredging one, is it? No. Where's that dredging ship? No, that is the dredging. Okay, so let's send that guy out. We'll drop him into Iconia, and we're going to put a dredging down there. There we go. So, Pain Lord Umorth. So that's good. Oh, he's a criminal. Okay, well, we don't care if he's a criminal. We just want him to breed. That's all we want. And we're going to start getting dredging leaders as well, which is decent enough. Yeah, because these guys got really high resolve. Can be very, very good if you need commanders for your ships. Oh, we can put a space elevator up now. Yeah, I think that's well worth doing. Yeah, so increasing our planetary input and our planetary output as a consequence. We've got loads of Durantium. We want to be building more your citizens, I think. Then let's get it. I mean, we can just kind of get free dredging. But I would suggest now we want to be building constructors. I think I'll get the other packet out first, though. And there we go. That's the first of our trade ships that has reached Nestor 3, and that's going to increase our monthly income. Okay, we've got another optimization's been unlocked. Let's go with economy. We'll start building some more, getting some more monthly income. Right, I'm tempted to put this into economy. What's that, 41? Or do we just fully increase compute? No, I think we need some economic and growth here too, because we can't be running at a deficit all the time. I'm actually going to use this broadcast culture thing here on Iconia just so we can start trying to push on those guys with our culture a little bit. These guys want artificial gravity for xeno manufacturing and planetary substrates and open borders. Yeah, I'll do that. I don't mind trading with them. I don't think that they're going to go to war with me. Yeah, I don't think so. Okay, so what we need now is credits. Okay, we are the top culture unlockers. A field of strange floating crystals pulses with an unnatural energy. These may be harmony crystals. These are good, but I'm actually going to go for the money here. So, because I really want some more leaders. Let's get this guy because he's cheap and he's also going to be. He'd make a decent commander. We could also throw him into the singularity potentially, but I think we make him a commander. Yes, this one increases the fleet's hit points. Oh yeah, okay, we've got one of these too. Yeah, I'm actually going to get more economy here. I can actually put some into research too. What do we do with this leader? He's not going to be a good diplomat. Yeah, let's make him a commander. Let's just throw him into the Endless Zeros. So this will at least start building our military ability. Our military power up. Let's just throw Endless Zeros into here. Okay, and we can... that could be useful. Yeah, that's a bit of a no-brainer. That's going to decrease our ability. You know, if we're mostly going through using the insight, the breakthroughs, this is really going to help us. Oh, we can just create new citizens with credits. That's yeah, that's kind of tempting. I'd forgotten you can do that. Okay, let's send this packet out. And again, to Nestor 3. You can just stack trade routes on the same planet. No problemo. Alright. Improved life support. Let's go for negotiation algorithms. That's going to make it so that we're a little bit more secure on our border, particularly with that diplomatic bonus. Ah, yes. Here's one problem, though. We're going to need food. And the York can't build farms, so be aware of that when you get this. When you get these guys, you're going to have to be relying on natural food. Oh, you can build agricultural districts. Oh, how foolish of me. Okay, let's get another one of these. Influence growth's really good. Yeah, let's put this one here. We'll build influence stuff here, I think. Probably could also do with that first, just so we're getting some more credits. I think we can build entrepreneurs now as well. So if we've got anyone with really high diligence. Oh no, it's entertainers. Yeah, we need private property rights for that one. Okay, let's just send this supply ship into Regulus. That's going to enable us to build stuff in here faster. I also want... Get another supply ship out. Negotiation algorithms. Okay, space weapons. Oh, and we've got another... Yeah, we'll go increase manufacturing. What have we found here? Oh. Broken teleporter artifact. That's the wormhole generator. Let's get the credits for that, I think. We've also got an armor plate module. +2 armor. Or we can sell that. Let's sell that and get some leaders. Although the armor module is very, very nice, I think the credits would be probably more useful in the short term. Ah, it's going to increase intelligence. That's really good. Let's grab that one. It's going to take a while to come out, that one, but... yeah, I think it's probably worth it. Yeah, we need starbase modules, don't we? We can rush those. Just cost 250 credits. But you get 5 starbase modules, and honestly, it's probably worth it. Let's just go through our starbases. Okay, we've actually got the techapods stuff. We just need techapod hives. We can make some credits, by the way, selling thulium. Now, thulium is useful, don't get me wrong. But I'm going to sell some of this. And we're going to use that to buy some leaders. So we've got 700 now. He's a good leader. So he's going to be decent. Make him our chief research officer. That frees this guy up. And we can put him into the singularity, I think. Okay. 5 per month now. We're getting close to the Foundation Protocol. So as you can see, this starts to pay out relatively quickly, guys. I'm actually going to build a optimizer. So we want to get some of these optimizers out now and just really powerhouse this bonus that we're getting. I don't want a compute center. What do we want here? Probably manufacturing. Oh, we've not built the Durantium processor yet. That's good. Decisions. Let's just grab some extra manufacturing districts. We don't have to worry about pollution as the ore, so that's one nice thing about those guys. I think we get... Let's build ourselves a economic starbase here, 'cause I've still not done that. There we go. Alright, so we're just going to upgrade that as best we can. That's dramatically going to increase our planetary inputs, or planetary outputs I should say. Let's just have the Strengian guy as a worker. Alright, looking good. Yeah, we are low on cash though. Let's push our... Gonna drop approval a little bit, but we do need to be making... I mean, we are making some credits from the survey income that we've got. Okay, let's just make this surveyor faster. All right. Loads of space junk around, so we want to get our surveyors back to sort that out, I'd say. Ah, okay, we've got one more optimization available. Let's drop this one off manufacturing. I'm going to put it into... Let's go into... Push it really into compute. We want even more compute. Yeah, you're always going to be a little bit poor. I like this. I really like this mechanic. Sorry, I'm not talking as a Stardock employee now. I'm just thinking about it just as a gamer and, you know, as a critic. I really like this because I'm kind of thinking, what do I want more here? Do I want more credits so that I can, you know, get more leaders and throw those into the singularity? Or do I want to just go for the optimization matrix? This is really cool because it's giving you a really interesting choice. So even within the 4 different new government types that you're getting, there's different playstyles with each one. And each of those playstyles I would add will probably change depending on the civilization you're playing and depending on the actual situation that the game throws at you in terms of the procedural generation content, or the procedurally generated content too. Okay, I'm going for process upgrades. We need more colony ships. That's where I am being a little bit slack. Let's get some more of these guys out. Okay, so we've got another optimizer. Let's get this optimizer to Iconia. Let's just throw these guys in here, look. Okay, so manufacturing. Oh, hang on. Yeah, we have got optimizers here. Okay, that's interesting. I'm not seeing that bonus. Huh. That's very confusing. Okay, the Alternate Republic have built the Eyes of the Universe. Okay, they're bringing in freighters. That's what I want to see. So that's going to make us much more wealthy and seal their own doom eventually, I would say. I might actually put something into influence here. We don't have a whole lot of influence buildings though. Oh wow, that was a real drop. I'd like to keep the compute as high as possible. Yeah, it's because we've the reason why I was looking at this, like, why are we dropped so low here? But it's because I've been raising taxes. That's why. Okay, so we're pushing compute potential. I want to be building more of these things. Because I want to increase compute big time. Now, I've got to be a little bit careful. We don't want the iridium to take all of our resources that are around here. Let's just get this guy out, and I want him to go and grab this this planet here, this colony, I should say. Okay, what do we want here? Probably more. Starport might be a good idea. Gosh, that is a long time though. Okay, we're at capacity 2. It'd be good to be able to have more houses here. I think what we need to build is a supply ship instead of supply ship over there. Wow, we've got loads of military. Let's start banging out supply bases. Sorry, supply ships too. Okay, 5 years. We're going to get some culture points and some approval. How close are we to risk taking? 47. Okay, we've got a while yet. 2 culture points per turn though. Tickapod hives. Let's buy one of those. They are expensive, but we can use it to boost our thulium output here, and then we can sell that. We can sell the thulium back. Now, 41 still. I don't care about thulium, but I do care about leaders. So let's get some more leaders in. Yeah, that guy I'll do, and that guy I'll do. In fact, let's get all of them. No expert slots have opened up yet, but we can throw them into the singularity. So there we go. 10 per month. That's pretty fast. Are we going to get... So as you can see, you are rewarded for sacrificing, if you like, your leaders. Let's put a supply ship into Regulus here. That's going to increase... That's going to get this starport out faster. Okay, processor upgrades. Okay. Distant vision. Yeah, I think I'd rather have that than Gerantium. We got loads of Gerantium. Ministers. Subspace scanning. No, let's go for the machine councils first, I think. I think we want housing here. Okay, yeah. And then I'll get a supply ship in there as fast as I can. And then we'll build some more yore. There's a supply ship. Let's go send that over to Regulus. Tourism for all worlds, but 20 control. Yeah, okay, I'll do that. Because I've got loads of control. In fact, I should be using that, shouldn't I? Yeah, this is worth doing. Let's get this to get a supply ship out faster. Okay. There we go. Okay, that's got that housing up faster, and then we'll be able to build some yore. So, there we are. Yeah, looks like we're really pushing on these guys. We need to get a culture base up. The early singularity models now agree with one another. This should be comforting. The models characteristically refuse to say whether it is. Okay, so what do we want? Predictive institutes. basically boosts your ships or compute potential. Let's go for the compute potential. Okay, we've got more dredging. I think this time... Oh, actually, I will get this, and I will just use that to grab one of these worlds. Okay, I'm going to go for the upgraded hull. This is actually quite a strong ship, this Surveyor here. Okay, so now we can build some more yaw. And we'll just bang out the supply ships again. There's another one. Okay, that's going to be used to build this your citizen. Okay, another supply ship. Let's send this one to Iconia. That's going to help us finish whatever... Oh, the computer centers that we were building. Okay, that's good. Sorry guys, hit the wrong button. So let's increase our influence potential. So just getting a little bit of a boost to everything right now. Let's see what we can find over here. Ah, the Drath. Okay, interesting. There we go. You look like an abomination of a living thing. It's not very kind, is it? Okay, let's get... Let's see if they'll give us subspace streaming. No. They don't like us that much. Let's give them space... No, they're not going to do it, are they? Directive leadership. That will strengthen them in a big way. I don't know if that's worth it. Yeah, look, we can get subspace streaming and subspace scanning and that in just 2 turns, so I'm not worried about that for now. Yeah, let's drop this one down and we'll go for... Oh, look at this. The monthly income's dropped. Ah, that's because we built more compute. We're getting loads per month though, look at that. Crazy amount. $50 per turn is fine for me, I think. We want more optimizer ships now, I'd say. Okay, here's machine councils. Ah, economic development. That's going to give us some gross income just immediately. Colony ship here. Let's send this guy out. Yeah. Yeah, look, these guys are really colonizing into my territory, but I am going to push on them. I think I'll build a constructor ship as well. And we'll build a culture base to push back on their cultural output. Let's increase our influence too. Yes, I am seeing this optimizer bonus here now. Yeah, I know. Okay, I see my dumb mistake. I was like, oh, is there a bug there? No, of course there isn't. I just not set my optimizers to be set to manufacturing when I was looking at it. There we go. Like, we're getting 15% influence from those optimizer ships. That's really, really big. So, yeah, I'm pleased to see that. I think we want to get more yaw out here. Let's get some more yaw citizens. And then we'll start grabbing these ships. We don't have any other core worlds around here that within grasp. We want to take more territory. We need to take it from the Iridium, I think. Okay, it's going to increase our gross income. That's going to enable us to upgrade our research. Let's go for the weapon systems, because maybe we start thinking about fighting. Okay. Wow, we really are losing money. Yeah, maybe we can't quite afford all these computer centers that we're building. 50 per month though. It's costing us 20 credits a turn. No, we don't want to go that far down. Let's just push this as high as we can. I'm going to go for military because I really want to. I think I want to get out these optimizer ships and just really make really make the most of them. Try and get as many as we can. Okay, a couple of colony worlds have gone up. Deplete resources. That's nasty. Now, I forget if you have to be at war with someone to do that. Let's grab manufacturing capital while it's on sale. Let's see if we can use this on the iridium here. Yeah, there we go, look. So that's just reduced their mineral output. Look at this, they're actually beating us in terms of manufacturing. That's my fault. I've not really been pushing manufacturing very high. That's probably a bit of a mistake. I've been going more into research and stuff like. Fusion power plant, look at that. We should be building that, so maybe we get that up next. Yeah, first we're going to get more your citizens though. Okay. Let's get another optimizer out. Let's get this optimizer into Iconia. Yeah, it's watching these bonuses go up, that's cool. Yeah, we are lagging behind the corporate sector, but not by a huge amount. They like us as well. That's because we're trading with them. That's going to be one of the main reasons. Yeah, I'm going to go for influence now. Start trying to push that out. Here's risk taking. So we're going to get the shark tank improvement. Which one was that? It's this one, isn't it? No, that's the think tank. There's the shark tank again. No, that is this one here, I think. Maybe we get that. Oh, there's a shark tank, sorry. Level 3 research and wealth. Yeah, that's really strong. That's really, really good, look. So, yeah, we want to be surrounding this with wealth buildings. We can. I wonder... Let's get Razor's Lift instead. Then we can fill this with manufacturing stuff. I think that's what I'm going to do there. I always love the little optimization puzzles that you get with that. It's so cool. I have endless fun with it. Let's get the extra minerals in here. I wish I should have done that before. Okay, let's get some more of these your citizens. Get another supply ship. Since we're being forced into playing tall here, okay. Almost got another optimization coming in. Governor's Manor. Yeah, let's get that. So we're just increasing our income as much as possible. Planetary defense module. No, let's sell that. Actually, let's see what leaders we can buy. Nope, no one yet. We're almost halfway through the blueprint continuum as well. I'm going to get another trading vessel. I'm going to send this optimizer into Iconia. All right. Yeah, we still got this world here. That's actually a good world. So let's grab this freighter. Let's send that one out to Solus 1. How many trading? Okay. Yeah, we need some more trade technologies, I think. They want an economic development and an exploration treaty. This is going to make those guys a lot stronger. It will give me some credits. I guess it's worth it. I don't see them as a huge threat. They are pretty strong, actually. Yeah, we need to start building some military ships, otherwise somebody might start declaring war on us. That's the thing. So I'm getting greedy. I'm starting to play really greedy, and you need to be careful about playing greedy with in Galciv, because the AI will declare war on you if you look weak. Let's get some of these. Let's get some warships out and start building some fleets up. Yeah, we probably should try to start making a play for some of these resources and things down here. Let's sell some more of this thulium if we still get a decent price for it. Not a great price. Still, enough for me to buy a leader or two. Let's just check this guy in the singularity. There we go. Ah, we might actually have some... Oh no, okay. So we need to wait a little while until we've got some more expert slots available. I was going to increase my compute output. Oh, we found the Taurians. What do you got? Exotic world colonization. We might need that. Okay, I want that because... Oh, actually, those guys grabbed that. Well, still, we've still got that ability. Let me jump in and grab a... Look for another supply ship here on this world here. Okay, just grabbing this one. And we've got this seed here. Let's go and take that. Probably want to put a starbase around here. Maybe grab this thulium. Although thulium's losing its value. We can use it in ship design, no problemo. Ah, okay. Let's increase our research, I think. Actually, maybe do we go for compute? More Drengen! Okay, let's sell those guys. Okay, I'll go with evasive tactics this time. Okay, so what was I doing? That's right. I want to... We increase our compute output? Yep, I think so. We'll just powerhouse compute. And we can buy some leaders. Let's grab this guy. Ah, look, we got some better commander ships. Yeah, this one's really good. So let's get this guy in here. That's going to make my military a little bit more powerful. Just jump into Iconia for now. Now, if we did get attacked, we'd still be kind of in trouble. So let's get some of your citizens out, I think. A whole bunch of stuff we can build. But I think the citizens are going to help us more than improvements at this point. Now, I do admit that I'm not the best at the, min-maxing Galciv. I really enjoy the optimization puzzle stuff in this, but I don't have... I don't care enough about it to really hardcore min-max it, to be honest. Sometimes I enjoy doing that. Look at this, 80 per month. Yeah, we're getting optimizations coming in thick and fast. Okay, let's start to build some more of these ships. Let's get subspace scanning because we don't have that, and that would be useful to grab. I've got loads of control, so we should probably use this. Yeah, I don't want to spend it on that though. That's useful though. Let's just boost our shipyard. There we are. Let's get a constructor out and we'll start building supply. Get a base up here as well. Okay, there we go. Starting to connect this up, this, our small civilization. The God Machine moves from theory into buildable plans. Every ministry wants the first production run. Some are even polite about it. Okay, loyalty, intelligence, or compute potential. Let's really power into compute potential, I think. I should be building these space elevators here. Okay. We do need to just drop our compute. We're generating a lot of compute. Look, wow, we could have twice as much, but we can't quite afford it. Okay. Still, this is a large amount of compute incoming, and that's because I'm pushing everything into compute here, really. Okay. Could get another cool commander ship. Ah, Chief Architect. Have we got someone with large amounts of diligence? This guy. Let's just put him in here. Okay. Let's get another constructor out. And this guy can do a supply ship again. We need to defend this planet a little bit more. Also, we've got this here to grab. Mostly food, but still be useful. Okay, here's a constructor. I want to put a communications base up here. Okay, yeah, looks like I completely forgot, but we want modules. Now, we can have got an executive order, but yeah, you need credits for that. So we're going to have to build them. That should be enough. Let's just go for one. Okay. Let's just get that up. Increase the intelligence of our citizens. That's going to increase our research. Ah, okay. So now we found a ruined ring world. Okay, so we need to start surveying some anomalies. This is going to start the megastructures stuff. Yeah, that's part of the megastructures DLC. Armored defense theory. Let's get planetary invasion while it's discounted. Mind you, saying that, increasing our ship range could be useful, but we're not really doing a lot with ships at the moment. Yeah, I'll go for planetary invasion. These guys are getting quite big. They're not that much stronger than me, but they are significantly stronger. Let's make sure we're increasing our influence. %5 gross income to all worlds because we found a cool cargo container. Okay, that's nice. Yeah, we're definitely going to be relying on picking up for surveying, sorry. Okay. Yeah, look, we're actually pushing on these guys here. I wonder if we can buy this starbase off them. They might sell it. Are they creating holdings yet? Yes. So these guys have created the oligarchy, and in fact, what I'll do in the last 10 minutes, guys, I'll jump over to my oligarchy game and I'll show you how that works. Just so, because I've described the other ones, but I've not really shown you how oligarchy works. Excuse me. Let's see what we've got here. We've got a constructor. Let's go send this constructor over this way. By the way, this is one of the new features that came in the free version 4.0 update. You can now dedicate your shipyard's military production 25% of over to your planet instead. So your shipyard's basically helping you build stuff on world. That can be really useful in certain circumstances. We've also got the ability now to set the star bases so that if you've not got the resources that you need for a module, you click in here, and then as soon as the resources become available, it will build it. My understanding is as well that's going to be expanded out so that it will work on all star bases, so you don't have to, you know, add all of, you know, individually manage all of your star bases if you've got many, you know, very, very many of them. Okay. Oh, why have I not got this? The precursor relic scanner. I could have sworn I would have built that already. Yeah, we need to get some more. Let's just get some more manufacturing districts up here. Okay, there's planetary invasion. Yeah, we'll go for this one. But we got a ruined ring world here. Now, that's potentially something we could put a governor on. I think right now though we're better off just having it feeding into Iconia. Yeah, we've got relatively high inputs here. I need to build some more. I need to build some more of these, some manufacturing districts, because I've really been slacking off. This is not like how you should play the Yor, by the way. I've been playing them very much in, you know, leaning into this technocracy thing, but you really want to be a powerhouse in their manufacturing. That's going to really help you a lot more. Let's just get this out of the way. Grab that. Take a supply ship here. They want extreme colonization, and they're going to give me a bunch of stuff. Yeah, I'm going to take that, because I don't need... I traded extreme colonization, and I made a bit of a mistake with it. So I think at least gaining something back for that is probably a good idea. These guys are expanding well. Let's get another optimizer. I'm going to start getting as many of these optimizers out now so we can really push this, these bonuses that we've got into Iconia. Oh, okay. So we got a battle here. I was attacked by some of these creatures, space creatures. They did attack the Surveyor though here. YSS Surveyor. I've got this Umbral Horror thing. I don't know who's going to win this. I think that's stronger than us. No, we're stronger than that thing. Let's speed it up and see what happens. Yeah, we got this, I think. That was a little scary though. Took a lot of damage. Yeah, you have to be a little bit careful. Let's put an antimatter warhead on that thing and just make it even stronger. Let's just get some more of these guys. They'll put... Let's just improve that. Okay, there's Starbase Defense Grid. We'll get recursive models. That will help us upgrade our research. Okay, more optimizers. Optimizers are just going to help us increase our economic output. Still need more warships as well, I'd say. Okay, there we go. There's a constructor here. So we're going to put up a economic base here. Okay, Kryn missionaries. Interesting. No, let's just sell that, I think. All right. Okay, folks, so I'm going to jump out of this game now. Just before we finish, I've got about 20 minutes, and I would like to show you the oligarchy stuff too. Now, I'm just going to save this. I actually enjoyed that game so much, I want to save it and play it later. But let's jump in and load in a game that I was playing as the draft. So we're going to be going back in time to an early turn. But this is important because I want to be able to show you the way that the oligarchy works, because it's quite unique compared to the other four government types. This is what's really cool about this new DLC, because each of the four government types does actually play quite differently. So we have got a new resource when we add the... Where are we? Let's go into individualism. We're going to select autonomy. Okay, and that's going to open up the new government type oligarchy. There we go. So, oligarchies convert unknown worlds into holdings that back investments with collateral. Matured investments expand the portfolio, unlock specialized executive orders, and support corporationships that establish corporation links with other civilizations. Okay, so let's change the government. There we go. And we get a special oligarchy ship, the Invisible Hand. So let's have a look at this thing's abilities. So we can begin a hostile takeover of a Class 0 world, converting it into a holding. So what is a holding? Well, a holding is it's a dead world that's been converted so that oligarchs can use it. But let's have a quick look at what we've got here first. So here's our list of holdings when we've got holdings converted from dead worlds. We've got a council as always, so let me just fill these up first. Let's get the chief. In a minute. We've got chief operations officer. Ship range. Okay, that one's ship range. Okay, so this is increasing research based on the leader's social. That's really interesting. So let's get that one in there. Okay. Matured investment sellback. Okay, so yeah, I'll have to show you what the holdings do first to be able to explain what these do. This is going to provide collateral, so let's just get those guys in. Just put these in here for now. Okay, so what we need to do now is we've got to build ships. Where are we? So we've got these corporation ships, and then we've also got prospectors. And these prospectors are the ships that are going to allow us to build holdings. And the holdings are going to generate collateral, and then the collateral are going to be used to... where are we? Institutions, here we are. Sorry, corporations. And here's the government. So the corporation system is a little bit like the Singularity, I'd say. But you can... Let me just remind myself of how this one works. That's right, so you build these ships, the Brain Trust, Spin Doctor, or Assembly Trust vessels. So you build them from your shipyards, you send them out to other civilizations, and then those actually those level up your corporations, okay? And these will give you benefits in various areas, manufacturing, research, or influence, depending on what you're sending out. And that will actually send things back from their civilization to you. You're sharing their resource output essentially. So that's how this one's quite unique, because it sort of supports your neighbors, Again, this one isn't leeching, like for example, the Empire is leeching off your own excess core worlds in order to greatly strengthen your, sort of your own core worlds and your home world specifically, or more particularly your home world, whereas this one is kind of strengthening people around you and also yourself, in this kind of like trade agreement sort of way. We also have the investment opportunity. So we've got collateral, and you're going to be generating collateral with the more holdings you've got, and these are going to be giving you various bonuses. So what would we want? Well, I think at the start of the game we're going to be wanting monthly income. So but anything that's going to be giving us, what's this do? Fast track survey vessels off the line through a logistics network. Deploy 2 prospects. Okay, so let's get this one out here first. So let's go for the Frontier Group investment opportunities. We're going to purchase this with our oligarchs collateral. So that's going to give us the immediate bonus that comes with it. And then this is going to mature, and it will take 8 months to mature, so 8 turns, and it's tied up 9 collateral. Okay, once that has matured, we can actually sell it for a cash profit, and then we can we can then go in and add another one. So you're basically generating income over the long term while gaining bonuses, but it ties up your collateral, if that makes sense. What does this one do here? Priority freight, boost gross income. Okay, so this is going to be useful for us, so let's get this one too. So we got the Stellar Logistics Conglomerate as well. And we've got 23 collateral left, so we can get whatever we want here. That's going to increase control. Okay, control's pretty useful. This is going to give us, though, instantly grants 250 research points. Okay, so this one's got a cooldown on it, but let's grab that. So we've only got 4 collateral left, so we can't spend any more collateral. But after about 15 months, we're going to be able to sell all of these off for a cash bonus. This is a really, really cool system because you're going to be generating income while generating bonuses and picking the things that you need. You can unlock more of these as well. Oh, we can maybe get more leaders too. Okay, and then we've got the invisible hand here. Let's get this guy. Yeah, he's just going to start finding dead worlds to automatically grab. Okay, I'm going to set these probes to auto probe. And let's see if we can get a holding before I have to end the episode, and then you guys will be able to see that. Just auto colonize that. Okay. Now here's me forgetting my Galactic basics by not building the recruitment center. Okay, let's just get some credits here. Won't be too long until we get this our first holding from the invisible hand. But also we've got a prospect coming in 3 turns too. Okay, these are going to mature soon too. Okay, we just got a bunch of credits, so I'm going to buy some leaders. Let's grab him. And we'll put him into Director of Acquisitions. We've also got the Chief Operations Officer as well. Okay, we just want an intelligent leader for that one. Whoops. Yeah, we've got a better social... Yes, he's going to be there, I think. Okay, that's going to increase ship range. Okay, we don't quite have any holdings yet. Let's see if we can get one before I have to end the stream. And then you'll see basically that the holdings give you more collateral essentially. So you can then get more of these bonuses that are going on, and then the more collateral you've got, the more active abilities you've got, or the more investment opportunities, sorry, that you've got in your portfolio at once, and you don't have to sell them necessarily. But selling them is also good because it then allows you to get the, you know, more leaders or whatever else is that you need. Okay. So here's our first prospector, look, and we're going to send this over here to create a holding. And look, that's created a holding here on Dratha 5, and that is now given us 15 collateral. So let's go back to into government, look, and you'll see that we can, that's given us enough collateral now to actually open up a new thing. So for example, we could get the Diplomatic Venture Fund and the Golden Handshake. It's going to increase our trade route income. Once that is up and running, although we don't currently have any freighters yet, but we'll put some of those up. Okay. So for those of you who really enjoy the, you know, the non-warfare side of Galactic Civilizations, this DLC is going to be great because as you're expanding out into the galaxy, you've got dozens of more options now in order to, well, to kind of plot your trajectory through the game, right? You've got to figure out, am I going to play an oligarchy? Am I going to play a, you know, do I want to play with a federation or empire? I didn't really get to show you those. I couldn't really show all of the content of this DLC in one Let's Play, unfortunately. So you're going to have to go and check that out. But now's a good time to go and buy this DLC because it's on sale at the moment with a launch discount. So go and check out Federations and Empires. This is going to be really good fun for you if you enjoy, you know, just adding more choice and more options into the way that your Galciv games all play. Let's just play a few more turns of this. See what else we can do here. Now I'm heavily automating stuff, and I'm not really building many ships, so there's going to be pushing out turns here. We can get Durantium, Promethean, or recover an environmental shield. Let's go for the Promethean. We don't have any of that. Heritage Center. Okay, that's nice. We probably want to get some manufacturing on this world. Okay, here's our first freighter. We're a little bit too far away from the Kryn here. So, let's send this out. And I don't think we've got any other worlds that we can send that to. But we could build a starbase. We've got another constructor coming up. And then we can extend our range using the starbase. Alright, so let's have a look. Have we got any matured holdings? There we go. So now look, we've got this expedite prospector thing. Now I think, did that give us that this turn? Or did we get it when we initially bought it? Okay, so let's sell this. There we go. That's a constructor, so let's grab this guy. You know, entertainment. It's a research relic. We probably want that, so let's just make a mining base here, and then we also build a relic. Xenoarchaeology lab. There we go. That's going to increase our research. No, I'm not playing this one seriously now, guys, but as you get the idea, I just wanted to show you like how the oligarchy works. So we've got some more investment opportunities unlocked. Well, because we've got unlocked collateral. Orbital Luxury Resort. Inaugurate your flagship resort world with a spectacle that draws visitors from across the galaxy. Okay, it's going to increase tourism. It's pretty cool. Or the Galactic Media Conglomerate. It's going to give you an approval bonus. Alright. And we can also, now this one's matured, so gross income. There we go. And that, oh, by the way, so that's also freed up some more collateral. Not quite enough though, look, to be able to grab another one yet. So we really need to be getting more of these holdings if we can. So let's try and find, so what we want to do is be building more of the prospectors. All right, guys, I'm running out of time here now, so I'm going to go through quickly just what comes in the free version 4.0 update. Firstly, as I showed you, we've got a new map editor, so you can go and create your custom maps for Galactic Civilizations 4 for the first time, to your heart's content, whether you want to be creating multiplayer maps that are more balanced so that you've got a fair way of fighting against your friends, or you could be making sort of more story-based content, or maybe you want to create some static maps that enable you to test out your builds of your civilizations without the procedural generation creating maps that, you know, change things every single time. So when you've got a map that constrains the random nature of the game a little bit more, it enables you to test builds out, which is really cool if you're the sort of person who likes doing that kind of thing. We've got this new cartography map here, which is basically a little mini map for you to be able to zoom in and out, to pan across the map, and so you don't actually have to do all of this stuff. And we also added some like interesting user interface stuff as well. So I think I showed you with the shipyards, you can now dedicate some of your military, 25% of your military output back into manufacturing for your world. So that's one thing you can do if you want. Also, star bases now have the ability to be upgraded with a module when you get the actual resources and modules available. So in this case, I've just set this here, so the Cultural Awareness Center will be built as soon as I've got some modules available for that. Okay. And also there's been an AI update, so the AI now will build its planets better. It will be better using the districts and improvement adjacency bonuses, so it should build those a little bit better. This is still a work in progress, by the way, so it's not going to be perfect yet, but the AI is just going to play better. The AI also will use the different government types that have been added in the DLC too, so you're going to be seeing, you know, the oligarchies, the empires, the federations, and you're going to be seeing the technocracy too, which I showed off with your gameplay. So I'm just going to go through the different government types very quickly again. The Colonial Charter is the initial government type that you start with. This is going to be free with version 4.0. You get the civilization policies that you got with the previous, you know, with the before this update, but you're also getting political parties now, which will give you events, and by choosing events it will enable those political parties to become more powerful. That comes into place particularly with the Federation too, because you need to be playing the political party game in order to keep your senators in power, because if you lose an election as Federation, then you will lose your you'll gain a big penalty to the resource that you've got, which means that you're not going to be able to enact so many accords, and the accords are what you enact in order to be able to really powerhouse your Federation's development. Empire is going to be good if you want to be conquering people, and if you also have a lot of core worlds, you want to hand some of them off to the AI in exchange for being able to kind of direct the way that they build things. So it's not completely just giving it to the AI. You actually be able to you can direct them to build certain districts and improvements, but you get huge bonuses in return because you are able to create these decrees which will start bringing their resources over to either your home world or your non-vassal core worlds, if that makes sense. So this is a very interesting gameplay style where you trade off your ability to to manage your worlds, every one of your worlds, in exchange for big resource bonuses, basically. That's one way of looking at it. You also have these enforcers that will help you maintain control, because as you start pushing more and more decrees on your vassals, they will rebel and then they'll start creating pirates. So you have to build these enforcer ships. So you can have an incredibly, I've seen some crazy modifiers coming out of the Empire where players have just really powerhouse their own home world and just playing in this kind of tall way, just by having loads and loads of these enthralled vassal worlds that have got enforcers hanging over them to stop them from rebelling, and then just squeezing every last bit of manufacturing or research or whatever it is out back to your home world. So you can just get crazy numbers on your home world. And then you've got the technocracy. which is, as you saw, gives you the ability to build these optimizer ships. When they're over in orbit over your core worlds, they will then spread the benefits that are gained from the optimization matrix, and that is a very, very customizable way to play. All 5 of these different governments play completely differently. They all have totally different gameplay, and so you get a lot of value out of this DLC. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that anyway, and you'll have to let us know what you think in the the various comment sections, like the Steam forums and over on our Discord channel and over at the Stardox forums too. Let us know what you think about the DLC as you bought it and played it, and the free update too. Thanks for watching. This is Battle Mode signing out. Catch you next time. Take care.